Otherwise, if you're sitting in a chair or on a couch and you have everything you need for your meditation, you can go ahead and start to get comfortable. And again, we'll go ahead and get started in just a minute. And so again, for those who are just joining, we're gonna start in a minute or so just to give folks an opportunity to log in. So in the meantime, again, if you wanna grab your candles, your crystals, your pillow, anything that will just allow you to really create and settle into the space. I myself got some Palo Santo going, so we can have some nice clean vibes up in here. So if anybody does not know about Palo Santo, this works like sage. It's like an energy cleanser. Smells really, really sweet. It's actually a little bit sweeter than sage, not super sweet, but a little bit sweeter than sage. I know for some folks, sage might be a little strong, but Palo Santo is really, really nice. If you live in this area, I believe the Crystal Fox in Laurel, they sell Palo Santo. I believe they're still like doing online shipping and stuff like that, but Palo Santo you can find in a lot of places where they sell crystals and all that good stuff. All right, so we'll give it one more minute and then we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, we still have some folks coming in. And then we'll get started in just a minute. In the end, we will, I'll open up we'll have the chat box available. You can actually use the chat box at any time during this session, but we'll use the chat box for a minute or two after the session, just for any folks who might want to connect or have questions. So I know it's nice to have these spaces of community as we can get them. And then let's go ahead and start to settle in for the space. I think it looks like we have the amount of people who signed up. So we'll go ahead and get started. So again, if you are sitting on the ground, I invite you to use a blanket, a pillow, just anything that might be able to give you a little bit of cushioning. We are going to be sitting for about 20 minutes, and sitting down on the ground like that for that length of time can sometimes cause the lower back to kind of get a little jammed up. So when you use a pillow or a blanket or anything like that, it just helps to create some space. You don't want it to be something that you're sinking into. You want it to be something that can actually prop you up and give you a little support. So if you have that, go ahead and grab that. If you're sitting in a chair or on your couch, just go ahead and come to the edge of the seat so that you can rest the feet comfortably on the floor. Or if you're like me, maybe you're sitting crisscross applesauce in your chair or on the couch. And then wherever you are, on the floor, in the chair, on the couch, let's go ahead and find a tall spine. So noticing if you're kind of rounding or slumped in the shoulders, you want to find a tall spine. Sometimes it helps to draw the shoulders up to the ears, taking a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the shoulders down and back. You can do that again just to help yourself settle in. So you would inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, press the shoulders down and back. Trying that one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, press the shoulders down and back. And then again, sitting with your spine tall so your heart is actually pressing forward. If it feels good, go ahead and close the eyes here. If closing the eyes is not a comfortable space for you, you can close the eyes just halfway or focus your gaze just somewhere in the room, maybe a spot on the floor. And if you do close the eyes, just notice that you're not squeezing the eyes shut, but you're just letting the eyes close very gently. So letting the lids close very gently over the eyes. And then take a moment to notice your jawline. So notice if you're holding the teeth together tightly, if you're holding the lips together tightly, if you just kind of have the jawline kind of clenched. And if you feel that, you can open and close the mouth a few times to relax the jaw. You can leave a little bit of space between the teeth to keep the jawline nice and soft. You want to soften your lips. And again, keeping the shoulders soft. And you can rest the hands on the thighs, the palms facing down. This brings some grounding energy in for the practice. So you can rest the hands on the thighs. You can drape the wrists over the knees. If your mind feels a little busy, you can bring the hands to the belly. You can bring the hands to the heart. That allows you to connect with your life force, your breath, and your heartbeat. Sometimes it's nice to place the left hand on the heart, the right hand on the belly. But if there's any place else where you feel called to rest your hands, maybe your womb space, just wherever you feel called to rest your hands, wherever feels nurturing for you, go ahead and do that. And then let's all take a collective deep breath in, draw it in deep from the belly. And exhale nice and slow out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale nice and deep. Draw it in deep from the belly. Exhale, nice, slow, full breath out through the mouth. And we'll do that again. Deep inhale, take your time, drawing it up from the belly, into the lungs, into the chest. Exhale, nice, slow, full breath out through the mouth. And you can continue breathing in that fashion if that feels good to you. When you release the air out through the mouth, that creates a cleansing breath. So if you feel like you need to release, if you feel like you need to cleanse, you would exhale the air out through the mouth. If you feel like you need to strengthen yourself, so when you breathe out through the nose, exhaling out through the nose, keeping the lips closed, it sounds like this. Called an ocean sounding breath. That type of breath actually strengthens your lungs. And so maybe you just feel overall like you need to speak some strength into yourself today. So just taking a moment to see what you need. You know, do you need some clearing? Do you need some strength? Are there things you're holding on to that you want to let go of? Is there something you need to take in to support you? Just take a moment and notice that. And then decide how you want to breathe for this practice. Now, just because you pick a breathing practice doesn't mean you can't change it, but maybe you just want to start with one type of breathing practice just to really help you get connected. So either breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth, or breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Finding your breath here, just taking a moment to really connect, to drop in with yourself here. So maybe this is your first time that you've had to check in with yourself all day. So how are you feeling? What's going on inside of you? Maybe you're noticing some tension that's been sitting in the body. Maybe this is your first time being aware of that. So maybe you're feeling something in the shoulders, the hips, the lower back, the knees. Maybe you feel more of an emotional tightness in the heart or in the mind as far as holding on to thoughts that don't serve you. So really take this moment, scan the body, and notice where you're experiencing tightness, where you're feeling a little stuck, where you feel like you might be holding on to stress. And if you notice that, take a deep breath in. And here I would invite exhaling out through the mouth to release any tension, to release any stress, to release anything you may feel like you're holding on to in the body, in the mind, in your spirit. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling in this moment, whether that's fear, whether that's anxiety, whether that's joy, whether that's peace. Just allow yourself to feel that. Give yourself permission to connect with whatever you're noticing in this space. So often we put on this armor, you know, we have to save face. We can't let people know that we're feeling down or that we're feeling this or we're feeling that, or we just don't want to feel that within ourselves because, you know, anxiety, fear, things like that can be uncomfortable. So we just stuff it, you know, we put it down, but that doesn't mean that it goes away. It just sits in the body and shifts from the shoulders to the neck, to the hips, to the ankles, to the back. So you want to give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling and then give yourself permission to release. And the more you release, the lighter you feel. You may start to notice that you're feeling less tense, you're feeling less tight, you're feeling less stressed. So if you come upon an emotion that feels a little sticky, that feels a little uncomfortable, whether right now or just throughout this practice, just notice it, pause, don't be hard on yourself, don't beat yourself up, don't resist, don't push it away, breathe, breathe. Really picture your breath moving that thing out of your body, out of your mind. Call the breath prana in the yoga world. Prana is our energy, our breath, our life force. So really picture that prana moving throughout your body. Continuing to let the fingers relax, the toes relax. If you come into an awareness of something you are experiencing, if you come into an awareness of some tightness, notice if you respond with tightness to what you become aware of, and see if you can immediately soften your response. Keep the length in your spine. Stay with your breath. Maybe you're continuing to practice with the exhales coming out through the mouth. Maybe you're taking that more strengthening breath, exhaling through the nose. Feel the belly rising and falling with every inhale, the chest rising and falling with every inhale. Feel expansion in the body as you breathe in. Even feel the breath in the back of the body. Continue to breathe. If your mind becomes distracted, that's okay. Just like the awareness in the body, if a distracting thought comes up, just notice it. Don't beat yourself up. Take a breath. Come right back. This practice is such a beautiful reminder that we can always start again right where we are. We can always begin again just as we are, right where we are. This practice that reminds us to have compassion with ourselves. The more we're able to have compassion with ourselves, the more we can extend compassion to others. So maybe you're finding that. Maybe you're finding the space of having compassion with yourself. Continue to breathe. Feel your body soften with every exhale. Maybe just layer by layer, feeling the release. Finding your way to ease, peace, bliss. This state of who we are. At our core, we are all peace, we are all ease, we are all bliss, we are all joy. It's just that life happens and we can get tangled up in how we respond to challenges in life. And we start to associate ourselves with how we respond, and we get away from who we really are. And so this practice, again, provides introspection, and provides insight, provides clarity, just allowing you to take a look within. Reconnecting with your true sense of self. Not with what the world told you what to be, not with what others told you what to be or who to be. Continue to breathe. Feel the expansion with every breath in, and the release with every breath out. Continue to notice or be aware of where you may still be feeling a little blocked, and just take some time with that space. Take some time. Your inhales represent whatever it is that you want or need to speak into your mind, your body, your spirit. And let your exhales continue to represent the release of anything that doesn't serve you. Whether it's physical tightness in the body, something more emotional and energetic. Maybe as you breathe in, you tell yourself, I am safe. I am healthy. If you can hear the music, which is the singing bowls, maybe you can feel the frequency, the vibrations of the music. If you notice that, if you can hear that, just notice where you might be feeling that. Notice where this might be resonating with you. Maybe it's awakening something within you. Breathing in nice and deep. Exhaling out nice and slow. Continue to follow your breath. Come back to your breath. Notice your breath. Feel your breath. Maybe you're really noticing the expansion of the belly, how it almost pops out like a balloon as you breathe in. Really feeling that beautiful release of air either through the nose or through the mouth as you breathe out. Notice if any tension has come back into the body. Soften that, release that. Continue to breathe. Give yourself permission for this space, for this time. It's okay if you keep getting distracted. Just keep coming back to the breath. The more you work with a meditation practice, the less challenging the sit will feel, the less challenging the stillness will feel. And you actually may begin to experience more time in your life, more space in your life. And maybe the discomfort you have with the stillness of meditation is something for you to look into. Maybe you're also noticing that you're having discomfort with how everything is still in the external world right now. So examining this a little bit and seeing if you can find a way to find comfort with the stillness, peace with the stillness. Is there an opportunity for growth, release, healing? I invite you to take a deep breath in, all of us. Exhale out through the mouth. If you have the eyes closed, you can continue to keep the eyes closed here. And if you have the soft gaze, continue to hold that. And before we come back into full awareness, I'm going to share a passage called Honoring Loneliness from a book called Prayers of Honoring Grief by Pixie Lighthorse. I shared a passage from this book in last week's meditation, and I just felt called to share another passage, and hopefully the words will resonate with one or all of you. But again, this is called Honoring Loneliness. Thank you for this time to myself to reflect on who I am becoming. Help me become more tolerant of solitude while preparing to be with others as I am meant to be. It is hard. I crave the company of someone who truly understands and knows me. Help me to perceive that these feelings of desertion will not last forever. Be my friend while I learn to master offering to myself what I have to share with others. Wade with me into the river, but take the stones from my pockets. This is no time for sinking. Baptize me in a sacred ceremony just for me. Help me realize that my challenge is in loving the company I keep when I am alone. Let me rise from within. Let me take this time to lay down my masks and claim my sovereignty. Help me open my heart to learn the beauty of truth. Teach me to communicate with gentle transparency. Help me to fully inhabit my body and experiences. Lean me into what heals and sustains me, both during my period of peace and quiet, and when the time comes to share my life with another, and then many. Ease the homesick pain of being orphaned, and direct me toward the places my loving contributions and insights are most needed. Where I am motherless, let me seek nurture in the right places. Where I am fatherless, let me find provisions. Where I am empty, let me permit myself to be filled by your loving current. When I feel left out, point me to where I belong. Help me end my story of separation. Help me know what kinds of people make fitting kindreds. Help me value myself so that I make sound choices in allies. going to take another full deep breath in here. Maybe hold it for an extra second at the top of the chest. And then exhale, 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 slowly, fully out through the mouth. Inviting movement into the body first by pressing the thumbs against each fingertip. And if it speaks to you, you can make circling motions with the thumbs. But just being very gentle with yourself as you invite movement back into the body. And then beginning to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe gently turn the head from side to side. And tilt the head up and down. And bringing the head back to a space of neutral. Let's take another moment here with this space, with the ease you're feeling with your breath. Begin to reconnect with any sensations in the space around you, what you're feeling in your body. And then when you feel ready, you can very, very gently open the eyes. Take your time. Take your time. When you come back into full awareness, take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Giving thanks first and foremost to yourself for making this time for your practice. And then just giving thanks to whoever else, whatever else you may be called to or feel called to give thanks to. Just always having gratitude for the practice and for the time. And I thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Whether this is your first Monday or you have been with me all of these Mondays, just thank you so much, for taking the time. This is just part of what I feel called to do, to offer to the world in this time. As a yoga teacher, as a healer, as a facilitator of wellness, I know folks are feeling anxious and unsettled and just a variety of different things. So, it's just so important to me to hold space, to create community, and to just be here for you, for the world, for humanity, for my community as much as possible. So we'll continue doing this every Monday. I will send out the links as I did today, about an hour and a half, 2 hours before each meditation. So you can just continue to sign up. The links will always be updated by the Tuesday morning after the Monday meditation. And for those who are looking for a little bit more, I am live streaming yoga classes. I'm teaching one class each day this week. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and one on Saturday. So 5 classes. You can check the schedule on my website, RachelVossYoga.com. If you're on Instagram, you can find me there at RachelVossYoga, and all my information is there. So if you want to get a little bit more and join me for some yoga, great opportunity to start, deepen your practice. So chat box is here for anybody who may want to drop in and share or say anything. Thank you, Jackie, for showing up. Namaste. Thank you, Deborah, for joining. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. I have recorded some of these meditations, so if you want to just, practice again, have a little bit more of a guided meditation, I'm also on YouTube at Rachel Voss Yoga. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm glad. So again, that book, I will write it down. Yeah, Barbara, right? So this time is just really good to come back and remember like how much we used to enjoy yourself if you've gotten away from that. So that's what I've just been trying to encourage for folks. How can we just find peace with this time now? And how can we use this time to grow, you know, to stretch ourselves? I'm just going to write the name of the book. It's called Prayers of Honoring Grief. And the passage is called Honoring Loneliness. I hope I did. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you so much again for everybody who was able to join. Again, if you need to reach me, RachelVossYoga.com, Rachel Voss Yoga on Instagram, and hopefully I will see you on the mat in class, or I will see you on this meditation next week. Oh, I'm so glad, Barbara. Yes, bring the kitties and the dogs. Bring the kiddos too, every kind of kiddo. Fur babies, kiddo babies, let them come join the practice. Thank you, Gail. Thank you for joining.